Gumi could be the last person to accuse Igbos of terrorism, act of terrorism in Nigeria. So, like I'm telling you, there's no how Gumi could be comparing Biafra to Boko Haram. Boko Haram and other insurgent affiliations, terrorist affiliations in Nigeria, are fighting for religious causes.
Biafra as regards, the freedom of Biafra. And with what is going on now, a lot of people have come out and say, why is always Gumi, the bandit negotiator, crying as against, the Mossad coming to Nigeria? Is he the only cleric in Nigeria? And we saw what happened to him in Saudi Arabia to be precise, when he went for prayer. He was, pushed out from Saudi, and he's coming out again to say that if Tinubu allowed this to go on, that this might end Nigeria and end one Nigeria. What's your take as regards?
Gumi is not going to end Nigeria. Gumi is a tribal, religious bigot, and he has say in the war of terror. Listen, in Nigeria, war of terror, I mean, is bandits, Boko Haram, and other insurgency attacking Nigerian citizens. The major person we know of interest now, a cleric, Muslim cleric, is Gumi. So what I'm trying to say is that he doesn't have what it takes to end Nigeria. He's saying the end of Nigeria. He, Gumi, would not have done that. He will never, in any way, contribute to ending Nigeria. The only thing he is that he's an agent of the Iranian terror group Hezbollah, Hamas, ISIS. Are you listening to me? Then again, he's trying to warn Nigeria of Israeli MOSAD tacit campaign to attack Iranian agents in Nigeria who are from the extraction of Al-Shabaab, Al-Qaeda. Are you listening to me? Then Hamas. So, like I'm telling you, there's no how Gumi could be comparing Biafra to Boko Haram. Boko Haram and other insurgent affiliations, terrorist affiliations in Nigeria, are fighting for religious causes, while Biafra is much deep down in sovereign state, agitation. That's emergence of a nation that was actually, scuffled many years ago against their own self, realization. So Gumi, we have no reason to tell the whole world that Biafra is fighting the same cause that Boko Haram is fighting for. No, it's religious. Boko Haram is within the context of religion, while Biafra is within the context of oppression of a man in his own homeland by particular people that are suppressing them. I don't understand. Suppression, compression, oppression, the marginalization, exploitation. I don't understand. That is what Biafra is fighting for. As in Kanu has been demanding for self-realization of Igbo man. Igbo man to be on his own, well-determined, to carry out his government, to carry out his business and other entrepreneur establishment, because they are entrepreneur champions on the continent of Africa. While you look at the axis of Boko Haram are people that are fighting for religious means, for cause of what they call martyrdom. That martyrdom is an Islamic ideology that if you die for Allah, you are a martyr. You died for nothing, just for Allah to bless you, bless your family, give you virgins in your jalana, that's their heaven. But Igbo man is not that like that. Igbo man was being oppressed many years ago, in the beginning of 60s, mid 60s, and late 60s. That is early 70s. That was when the oppression ended, because the Igbos, they actually accompanied Nigerian military cliques for war. When it escalated, they fought it, they slugged it out. No vanquish, no conqueror. Because actually, if Nigeria continued the war, Ojuku's father has money enough. Ojukwu has enough time to protract, extend the war. I don't understand. More than 1970. But it ended because of the fact that the United Nations stepped in the British, Nnamdi Azikiwe, and the rest of Eastern African countries to abruptly end the war, so that nobody was conquered, nobody was defeated. Let us all what? Move ahead. But at the end of the war in 1970, no reconciliation, no compensation. Nobody was compensated. Nobody was actually reintegrated into the political system of the country. That's the Igbos. They actually alienated us. The Fulani carry on with the Southwesterners. They are the people that are handling the leadership, political leadership of the country. And we have seen where it has ended us today. That's why we are not moving backward. We are not moving forward. So Gumi could be the last person to accuse Igbos of terrorism, act of terrorism in Nigeria. I don't abuse anybody anytime I'm doing my analysis on social media. I use mild words. Say, listen, Gumi should go back to school and ask himself why. Did Saudi Arabia reject him? He should ask himself why. Did Nigerian government doesn't want actually allow him to mediate? Thank you, mediate between Nigerian government and the insurgents in Sambisa, because he is part of them. This time around, MOSAD has come in. Everybody should be asking himself why. Israeli security agent, the strongest in the world, is not interested into Nigerian matter. It's because it is escalating here when Benjamin Netanyahu actually warned the whole world that time has come for Israel to stop terrorist acts across the globe. Then Benjamin Netanyahu said, Africa, I am coming. I am coming. Israel is coming to deal with terrorist organization all over Sahel Africa, all over Horn of Africa. The number one Horn of Africa country is Somalia, followed by Burundi. Then you have Ethiopia, you have Congo, where Congo is linked to Tanzania, Kenya, Malawi, down to East and Southern Africa. Israel is in control. And they wanted to start. They are now starting from Nigeria, because Nigeria is harboring all manners of terrorist organizations in the northeastern Africa. Listen, only Kaduna alone is harboring how many numbers of terrorist organizations? I named them. Number one, ISWAP, Islamic West Africa, state. Yes. Of ISIS. Yes. Only Southern Kaduna has enough land to harbor Mahmuda, Ansaru, Boko Haram, ISWAP, ISIS. I don't even understand. Al-Qaeda, all of them, herdsmen, they are there because Southern Kaduna has a large number of large landmarks, 5 times bigger than Kano State landmarks, imagine. So Nigeria, they occupy here. We don't know they are here. They receive their supplies, essential materials, from where? Middle East Europe, where they supply them with all manners of foods and weapons. Yes, drop them in the middle of forest. In Southern Kaduna, the police don't know. The army don't know. Our airspace, always manipulated and maneuvered by these insurgents, Islamic bloody terror organizations. And we don't do anything about it. Biafra is far away from terrorism. Biafra is agitating for their safety, self-determination, and defense. They have been killing Biafrans over the years, and there's no how Gumi could be calling Biafra this time around. Listen, MOSAD has come. Israel is the best. When you talk about security, they should tell you who is orchestrating terrorist activities in Nigeria and who is actually to agitate for separation, independence, or sovereign states of their region, which Igbo man is bent on doing over the years.
But we saw too, as regards, although we know that Bianca met with, Ojukwu met with the, Israeli, foreign affairs minister last week. We saw the progress that just occurred, just yesterday or today, and the two, top terrorists in Nigeria. The Ansaru guys were caught.
Al-Qaeda. We arrested.
Yeah.
In Katsina.
Mahmuda and
Mahmuda.
yeah. So what's your
Al-Hawan. Listen and listen good. These are the people that actually blacklisted northern Nigeria in 2015. That time is coming when that region should be, penciled down as Al-Qaeda stricken or oriented region in Nigeria. And America was actually, waking up with the modalities to withdraw all their citizens since 2015 from Nigeria. They don't want them to stay anymore in Nigeria because when it matters most, Americans are their persons of interest. They should be, attacking American citizens. So they actually brought the information earlier to us since 12, 13 years ago. So that we should raise it up that Nigeria is about to disintegrate, dismembered, comes 2015. When it was actually, made known to us that we are a good people, unanimously united together, that no, terrorist organization or platform could divide Nigeria. We agreed, but with extension of Muhammad Buhari's regime, who Muhammad Buhari, of course, we know, failed the election in 2019. He rigged it up with the help of his Fulani Janjaweeds all over West Africa. Invited Senegal, invited Chad, invited Burkina Faso, Mali. All of them, yes, they confess. And today, that's why they thought they dodged America's prediction. And Saru, everybody, they were here. What do you call them? Killer herdsmen. They are here. Al-Shabaab from Somalia. They are here. So now they actually thought that they have dodged what American prediction actually spelled for Nigeria. But no, they did not. There are many still terror organizations hiding within Nigerian contraption. And this is the time they have begun to unleash attacks on Nigerian farmers. Everywhere in Yoruba land, these people are there in their forest. Everywhere in Igbo land, the insurgents are there, hiding in the forest, and Nigeria doesn't want to proscribe them as terrorist organization. Nigerian government has been pampering this terrorist organization with naive and levity, trying to name bloody terrorists banditry. Why? Why naming terrorists bandits? No. They are arsonists. They are sadists. They are terrorists. All these organizations are terrorists. You don't have to say this one is a bandit, this one is a herdsman. Herdsmen, Fulani herdsmen are number 4th deadliest terrorist organization in the world. Ask the United Nations. Why are you telling me that they are clashing with farmers? You know how many children that were slaughtered in Benue State, set ablaze with their parents 2 months ago? What are we saying? Why are we dicing, playing, gambling with Nigerians' lives? Because of ethnic interests, because of financial greed, because of religious bigotry and ethnicism, tribal antagonism. Nigerians could not own it up that we are harboring countless numbers of terrorists in Nigeria. Gumi should take his time. Actually, I'm warning as a Biafra. We are Biafrans. We are agitating for self-determination. United Nations has known that. Likewise, other ranking, establishment like Transparency International, Bloomberg, Guinness Book of Record has actually given Mazen and Kano as number one most peaceful agitators in the world. So what does Yoruba man has to say about that? Yoruba man is busy now, cashing out, joining Fulani, his brother. Tinubu actually came out 2 years ago that Fulani are their brothers. He went there and gave them, donated 51 million in Kano State. What are we saying again? Fulani is busy killing in the southwest. I wonder why they are killing their brother farmers. Igbo man, already we've distanced ourselves from Fulani because we can never be Islamic, this mad, bending and hitting our forehead on the ground. While a Fulani man is not regarding a man from southwest as one of them. How could Fulani regard Christians like the black Jews, the Igbos, as one of them? That's why we detect and alienate ourselves from Islam. We are not Muslims and we will never bow to pressure to become Muslims. Israeli MOSAD, they are number one in the world, and the good job they are doing across Sahel countries of Western Africa is coming down to Nigeria, and it's going to be extended everywhere. The Al-Qaeda, the ISIS have their cells. There are many Al-Qaeda, ISIS cells in Nigeria.
I have a confession that the media has not given appropriate attention. Kawu Baraje Alhaji was a leading chieftain of the APC, and he has confessed that they imported the foreign mercenaries who have become bandits. He has confessed. How much more evidence do you need? He has confessed that they imported them for the elections. This is public. Why is the media not following up? Why are we not asking for accountability? So it seems very clear to me and to so many others. If you're in the public space, you hear people talking and pointing fingers. The ruling party is the direct sponsor of terrorism and insecurity in Nigeria. My name is Martin Onobo. I said it. APC is the direct sponsor of insecurity and terrorism in Nigeria. Ask me for the evidence.
What are the facts?
Good. I just gave you confession of Kawu Baraje.
Okay.
That's number one. Number two, Miyetti Allah made a public statement that if you want peace in your state, don't call any meeting. Provide land for Fulanis in your state. Public statement. Miyetti Allah. Miyetti Allah is a collaborator with the ruling party. We had a report that the ruling party funded Miyetti Allah to the tune of 100 billion. I wasn't there when the payment was made, but that's in the public domain. We had an official report that the government of Nigeria was going to establish a radio station in collaboration with Miyetti Allah. We have Fufude, the Fulani tribal dialect, will be the language of communication. Now, interestingly, you asked me for facts. We have it on the authority of the Ondo State government that the PRO of Miyetti Allah in Ondo State led the criminal suspect gang that killed Parafashoranti's daughter. That is on the authority of the Ondo State government. And they have been arrested. And the leader of the gang is the PRO of Miyetti Allah in Ondo State. We have it on the authority of the Nigerian police that a headsman was arrested with a military rifle in Plateau State. I have the number of the rifle. I can send it to you by SMS. I just need to check my records. I have the rifle number. We have it on the authority of retired Colonel Nyam that the Fulani headsmen repelled in Ogoja were using Nigerian army rifles from the barracks in that vicinity, and that the soldiers came to collect the rifles back. Now, who is the commander-in-chief of the Nigerian Armed Forces? Who should be responsible for the activities of these armed forces? We have it on the authority of General Danjuma. Danjuma has commanded these forces. We have it on the authority of General Danjuma that the armed forces are conniving with the bandits that are killing citizens. How much more evidence do you want? How much more evidence? We have hard physical evidence. We have testimonies from relevant authorities. How much more evidence do you want to know that the ruling party in Nigeria, the APC, is the sponsor of insecurity and terrorism? How much more evidence? I don't need any more evidence. I am 1000% convinced, and nobody has contrary evidence. The APC, the ruling party in Nigeria, is the direct sponsor of terrorism and insecurity in Nigeria.
That is damning. For the fact that the Nigerian government sponsored terrorism has finally been institutionalized under this Buhari's regime.
I forgot one point. The trial in Dubai. The trial in Dubai, where some Nigerians were convicted for terrorism financing in Nigeria. The published report said that they were traced to people high up in government. So how much more evidence do we need?
Aisha Yusufu has tasked Imo State Governor, Enugu State Governor, Anambra State Governors. Stop blaming gunmen. You are the CEO of your state. You are the executive governor. Now, since you go to Abuja to collect money, then take responsibility for the insecurity in your state. What do you have to say about it?
Now, thank you for that wonderful question. I think being the governor of the state, you have every power for you to make sure that you get security votes from the federal government. By so doing so, what are the governors doing with this money? Stop coming out to tell the people that there is insecurity in my state and that unknown government have been killing. The government need to take action and put an end to all this and stop apportioning blames. The people you are apportioning blames to are the people who their lives and properties are entrusted in your hand as the chief security officer of the state. So for a governor to come and start telling people that see there is insecurity in my state, I think to me the governor need to stand up and then act now, because every now and then allocation is being shared for you, security vote is being given to you, and you have the mandate. The primary function of government is to protect life and property. Yes. So if you cannot protect life and property, then why are you the governor?
But some have said that the governors have no power over the military. That it's only the president as the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. What do you have to say about that?
The governor does not have power over the military. That is true. But see, the question is that can the governor summon military chiefs